Okay, morning traders. Happy Monday. I hope you guys all had a great weekend. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you guys can hear me. We'll make sure that the guys in the Discord know that I am live as well. Let's just get that up there. Let's go like this. Yeah, looks like you guys should be able to hear me. All good. So last week, Friday, we spoke to you guys about let's just get this in the Discord. We spoke about those shorts off the highs on YM, which ended up working out quite nicely. So you guys knew that I didn't like the continuation play, and we ended up coming back down on YM. We ended up rolling over back towards opening range low. I managed to get a little piece of it on my personal account, but I did make a video this morning as well. We'll go live on my YouTube channel too. But just in terms of volume, let's speak a little bit about volume in December as well. If we just have a look at this, let's go in volume trends. And let's just go to NVDA. I was just looking at this weekend and found this super interesting. What's up, Mark? What's up, Anthony, Dom? Appreciate you guys being on. But look at this. NVDA, this is in the last 3 years, I believe. Look how NVDA, right? Can have a look like this. Just dies off, right? Just dies off. Look at that volume in December. So we got to keep that in mind coming into December, is that volume will die off. And in saying that, the markets have been very, very tricky in terms of breakout trades. If we go to ES and we just pick up over here, look how the shorts come in and then right back up to the highs. You think it's going to extend higher and it comes back down to the low. So breakout trades have been a lot more difficult to play. And that probably does have something to do with the volume. If we even go to the ES chart on it as well, so like this, let's go to ES. Look how volume in December does die off on the ES chart too. All right. So this is actually going to be my last full week trading of the year. I'll be trading still with you guys live, but my last actual full week of the year, right? And just because of the volume, Christmas time, it's a good time to just get off the desk and just relax as well. What's up? Say what's up in the chat. We got the open in a bit. So just me on today as well. André will be back on Friday as usual. But as I said, I just think that the NVIDIA data was super, super, super interesting. If we also go to like Apple a little bit more in December compared to November, but each stock will play differently. NQ, we can see NQ also does die off in December too. Right, look at that. December also does die off in December. The volume does die off in December, excuse me. So, yeah, and I think it's been a tough market to trade. Seriously high percentage on opening candle continuation, the M5, M15, and M30 on NQ. Yeah, so something also green and red days by weekday. If we look in the last, we can go, let's go year to date. We can actually have a look at this. Mondays this year have been 66% of the time closing as a bullish closing day. Very interesting. Let's go to daily though. Let's go to daily. Make sure the station's right. But you can see daily, 68% of the time. Wednesday is also pretty bullish this year as well, year to date. So that's something to keep in mind for sure. Good thoughts there, Dom. But yeah, stocks, pre-market, a little bit down on Tesla, 1%, and then pretty flat on the rest of them. South African indexes coming down this morning quite heavily. I think we're down from the highs there. We're down over 1,000 points. The DAX moving higher, but not really too much volume coming in. So some interesting just some interesting stuff just to take a look at with that volume in December. Sometimes when guys look to push, December volume. Can even have a look at, let's have a look at the DAX volume actually in December too. Some guys messaging me in the background just on the DAX too. Let's have a look at that volume trends on the DAX as well. So as I said, from last week, I've locked out some payouts with FTMO. I'm probably just going to trade my personal account the rest of the month, and start 2026 with a solid percent. Yeah, look at that. Volume just really on the DAX, just super interesting. Look how the back half of the year on the DAX, this is just dries up. January through to kind of like May, June is where you want to be trading at with it. Very, very interesting, that for sure. Very, very interesting. Yeah. So one of my friends was crushing it at the start of the year trading the DAX, where we had that massive move up. And now if you look at that, it's no surprise we've started to, he's been struggling a little bit on the DAX, his side, just because of the volume just drying up. So that's where we have to play smart as traders. We can't just be coming in each and every single day and trying to treat it as the same. It's different trends, different ways of trading. And I did speak about this as well on Friday, right, about the changing market conditions, about Credelli speaking about changing market environments, or where many traders go wrong. What worked for days, weeks, or months, and it doesn't. And you got to adapt, right? And that's where I'm trying to adapt as well. So I've locked out some payouts on a few of my prop firm accounts. I'm just going to be trading small size on my personal. I'll tone down the risk from 10x to X and just look to chip away to end off the year. It's been a pretty solid back half to the year for me personally. So I don't need to play catch up, right? Anyone got any thoughts in the chat as well today? Anyone got any thoughts in the chat their side on bias for US markets? Any levels that you guys are watching? I can speak about a few levels as well before we head into the open here in the next 4 minutes or so. But I got this 900 level on ES. Okay. And then back down at the lows as well. That will be a key area of support at 870. So as I said, we got the open in a bit. We'll see what we do get. You guys want to go check out edgeful? It's been the link is in my bio, so you guys can come check that out there. Okay, it actually does offer a free trial there, but only through the link in my bio. And then obviously I'm going to be in the States next year, so that boot camp as well as my trading floor as well, right? Mondays and Fridays live here. Been a big year for me and my trading going with full time. So excited for the new year. Nice, Mark. Good to hear, bro. Good to hear. I think also when I first went full time trading, you got to make sure that you're not pushing and you are tapping into a community. You're not pushing when markets are not favorable for your trading style. Contradicting gap fill, weekday in size. I'm closer than do you prefer gap fill by weekday or by size? I do prefer it by size personally for me for the gap fill. I think because obviously again every single daily gap up or gap down will be different. I prefer it by size. So that's a good question. Okay, so we got the open now in 2 minutes. Again, I think you want to start off 2026 with on the right foot. And with me taking those payouts on the prop firm accounts, I can just chill, relax, and I'll look to go again once they set up and develop, right? Don't need to be pushing going into the new year. I've done what I need to. I've taken out I've got some nice payouts. I think I got about 8K in payouts coming across in the next week or so. I think I can take them out next week with the FTMO, and then obviously I'll just trade my personal trading account, which has been I've always been trading in the background, right? I've always believed that you need to be trading personal and prop firms, just what I enjoy. Okay, so we'll have to open now in a minute. Yeah, Mark, we might do a meetup with the South African traders in a bit. So then, yeah, so stay focused on that too. We'll be in touch. Yeah, nice end to the year. You always will want to take that into the to end the year. It's always nice to get a Christmas bonus, right? Payout. So yeah. Okay, so we've got 10 seconds here. See what we do get. Appreciate you guys being on. Please, if you've got any questions, put in the chat. We'll go from there. Yeah, no, as expected, we are coming down. Still holding that level that I was speaking about, right? NASDAQ up a little bit, but ES down. That's interesting. Why I'm down big time. Why I'm dropping here, 100 points off the open. Super interesting that. So a bit of discrepancy here between the two, or between the three even. Tesla trading down 1.7%. NVDA up. NVIDIA up big time. That could be why NQ rising a bit. So we'll see if we can pick our spots here. I would like this to roll over a little bit, yes, preferably. And just let the guys know in the Discord that I'm live here. But does that December trading make sense for what I was speaking about? You don't want to be pushing too much in December. You want to, lock up some gains and keep it tight. You don't want to be giving back, unnecessarily. I hope that makes sense for what I was chatting about. Just changing market conditions, right? Changing market conditions. You can't be expected every single day or even week to be the same. And just something I was speaking about, I've got a video coming out on it too, but look at this. The ADR on ES over here at the moment is trading at 20 points, whereas in mid-November, so 20 points on an average day that we move, whereas mid-November here, we were trading at 59, 57, 54, 56. So markets have just tightened up a little bit. You got to keep that in mind. What have you been trading mainly, Mark? Your side, personally, now that you are going full time. What have you been trading mainly? indexes, currencies, stocks. Not be surprised to see NASDAQ. So we are at previous days highs almost on NASDAQ. Would not be surprised to see it come back down with the other two. Been focusing on NAS and US 500 now. So ES and NQ. Brilliant. Yeah, gold can be tricky, bro. Let's just have a look at that gold over here with the volume trends. It'll be interesting. I actually didn't have a look at that. Let's go GC. Let's go like this. Yeah, gold also does dial down in December too. Normally, I like to wait for the first 50 minutes opening range to set, but I am interested in a short potential on NASDAQ here. Respecting that level. That would be Friday's highs, that white dotted line coming across my screen. Previous day's highs, Friday's highs. Obviously, we're on a Monday. Yeah, gold can be a tricky one. Obviously, it has been trending quite nicely, but you know, you get on the wrong side of that, can be super volatile. But yeah, just again in terms of that ADR, I think it has been super interesting just to see in terms of, you know, and that's something that I think traders sometimes get a little bit wrong. You know, we can be, you know, previous couple of weeks we've been trending very, very nicely with a high ADR. Breakout trades just haven't been working at the moment. We'll see what we do get on CNBC as well. I always like to have that up in the background. See if there's any major news that we can also speak about. But that's why I do enjoy that, you know, you won't be able to pick that up in terms of the volume trends if you don't have the edgeful subscription. I was just having a look on this weekend because last week was a little bit of a tougher week for me. You know, I had 1 or 2 days where I should have been, you know, maybe smaller size or flat, and I was looking to push, and it just wasn't in the right, you know, market conditions to be able to do that. See NASDAQ respecting that level there. Previous day's highs. So interesting. We'll see if NVIDIA wants to hold. So NVIDIA now broken the previous day's highs. But if we start falling over from there, NASDAQ could definitely come down, start to tank off. ES trading lower now too, below pre-market lows. No, pre-market lows actually at 874. So, but we are trading below this level here at 880, right? Google down as well. We also did finish up on Thursday about 2 weeks ago when we had where we had the US holidays too. So been a little bit of a weird time in the markets, at least for now, where there's been a lot of breaks and that can also affect the volume too. So Monday, we don't really have any news today. We do have news later this week. We got FOMC statements on Wednesday. Kind of marked my last full week of the trading year as well, which I did mention too. It's also a good time to just next week will be the end of the week. Next week on the Friday will be December 20th. So you also want to be, December 19th on the Friday, but you also want to be, spending time with the family during this time too. You don't want to be getting yourself digging yourself in a hole to start out 2026. I'm sure André will be liking a short here on NASDAQ at this level, potentially. If he's, if he was trading right now. Yeah, look at that wick on the 15-minute time frame. Anyone got any thoughts right now on what they're seeing? I'm seeing why I'm lower. I might look to take a short here on NASDAQ in the next 5 or so minutes. Maybe something like this, where we got to stop at that highs. I did speak about this on Friday too, where price likes to trend at those levels or reverse. Something like that with a stop at the high. Yeah, YM's shoving lower here. I need to look to go long, but just being patient, waiting for my entry. Yep. What are you kind of using to trade, Mark? What type of style? Vegas, what's up? Morning, bro. We're all sitting at that daily VWAP at the moment on the NASDAQ. Okay, nice. Yeah, you got to find what works for you. Are you trading mainly prop firms or personal cash accounts? Oh, nice. Find over top one. Nice. Top one futures or CFDs? Only 12% chance in Q reverses to 6 p.m. open, 21 gap fall by weekday, long on Q on the open to previous session high. Yep. Yeah, I'm just seeing it respect this level at the moment. So that's what keeps me interested in, maybe the shorts with the other two indexes coming low. Yeah, I'm actually going to take a short here on NASDAQ. So in at 780, give or take. I'll give my exact price now. I have to stop at the high. While I stop, we'll see how this goes. I just want to see if we can get some follow through with the other two indexes coming lower now too. I'm in pretty small. As I said, I'm definitely turning down my position size to end off the year. That's for sure. Nice. Cooked for 3.2K off that RCT opening stat on RTY. I got absolutely cooked today. Yeah, nice. Where's that? Let's get RTY up again. See that short? Oh, wow. Yo, look at that. That's wild. Where was your entry price, Vegas? Back up at the highs, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, dude. Yeah, so I got small size on this NQ. Just trying to play the levels. Yeah, that's wild. Look at that. Look at YM just shoving down right now. YM is now at previous day's lows, which is Friday's lows as well. Back down at 850, 820, call it. Yes, now also taking those pre-market lows too. NVDA holding up there after the massive surge at the open. Once we get also the first hour, we'll get the edgeful screener up to be able to see the tickers just from a bias perspective. Right. Yeah, that's crazy. That RTY move was pretty aggressive. So I have a short on Nasdaq. Just going to see if we can get a little bit of a sell off here as we hold that 860 level on it. Tesla trading lower too, down 1.8%. Meta been bouncing on the daily time frame, that's for sure. Look at that. I know Andre's been buying into Meta quite aggressively on the way down. Doesn't look like a bad short either today. Kind of also very similar to what the Nasdaq's doing. Break of that previous day's highs, right back into it, and now looking to shove down off the lows. Would like to break the daily view app at the moment on NQ for us to hold, have more conviction in the trade. But as I said, a lot of the stocks are not looking particularly bullish right here, like Meta now breaking for a new low, pre-market lows as well. Just get to make sure that the guys in the chat here. So we won't run for too long today. See if we can pick our spots. Wait for the first hour, and it'll be done by then. As I said, I like, for me as well, I've been doing this for 8 years. I think December time, you definitely want to just, chill out, spend some time with the family, and just get, rest that mental capital. You want to start the new year on the right note. Yeah, Meta definitely not looking. If we close out here on the 5, I'm going to place a short on Meta as well. So I'll be short NQ and Meta with a stop kind of like this, something like that. See if we can get, we got over 1 hour to previous day's lows too. So something like that as well. So Robinhood doing, let's have a look. Yeah, Robinhood, AMD. Palantir. Some of these stocks very, very nice to trade intraday too. Okay, so Nasdaq now looking very, very good at the moment for my shorts. We're breaking through the previous day's range as well as that opening range breakout. Mag 7 index as well, which you can put on the charts too. You've got all the Mag 7 like this, so you can just add them to your charts. I've got, so it's all of the Mag 7, and what you do is you just go to how do I do it again? You go like this, and then you'll just put the symbol that you want, like NVDA, and then you just put plus, and then you can put any all the Mag 7 stocks on one chart, so I can show you what they're all doing as one, which is pretty cool. Okay, so up about 50 points right now on the NASDAQ shorts. I think my algo would probably trigger if we close underneath that opening range too. Yep, the algo should trigger. Should have gone off there. Anyone short with me? Anyone short with me? Yeah, okay. Kareem short now too. Nice, Mark. Yeah. Trade what's in front of you. My algo should have triggered. I think it. But yeah, we do look good. Yeah. I'm looking for Mancini fail breakdown. Yeah, I like Mancini too. I subscribe to his stuff. He mainly trades ES. I do agree. ES more on a level that you want to be buying at than NQ at the moment. See NVIDIA coming back down now as well. See NVIDIA respecting those highs. That could help with my NQ trade. Meta. Yeah, it's a bit overextended there, so I'll leave that. I'll just stay with the NQ for now. As long as we hold underneath this level, I'm fine with it. Yeah, I love Mancini stuff. Are you subscribed to his Substack, by the way? Yeah, did have my recommendation. Yep. I love it. I love it. So you've clearly been listening. Nice. Okay. As I said, I'm not in too big on this trade. So, you know, one trade at a time. One trade at a time. See if the algo went off here. I have to see if my algo went off with the edgeful. Should have for the shorts, but we'll have to have a look. Waiting for the RB. Anthony just shorted NQ. And you see, this is where I don't want to get, like, if we start to hold up here, I'd rather just take a scratch than look to hold for runner, because we haven't been seeing that last week. Like if we look at the New York session last week, even from Thursday, look how we've been like trying to break the opening range low and then coming back into it, break the opening range low and then coming back into it. We haven't been seeing breakout trades working in the last week or so. But let's see. We'll take one trade at a time. Every day different. Nice 15-minute bar setting out right now. Hourly bar 2, which is going to close in the next 4 minutes. Any questions in the chat right now, edgeful wise or anything like that? Definitely holding up here. Still trading underneath. Opening range low, so I'm fine with that. There you go. We're getting a little bit of follow through here. Looks good at the minute. 30 minutes now into the open. Yeah, looks good. Good 5 minute close there for us. I like it. YM with the bounce back up, but still trading underneath daily view app. At the moment, our edgeful screener, mainly showing bearish as well. We can change the opening candle continuation. We can customize it to 30 minutes. Save that. Like this. There we go. So if we're looking at the first 30 minutes on the opening candle continuation, most of us showing bearish. We got the first 30 minutes of Apple showing bearish momentum. Google, Meta, Netflix, Tesla, as well as YM and RTY. NQ and ES actually bullish in the first 30 minutes. That's interesting. No, sorry, opening a red. Still red, showing red. So majority on the screener here for us is in favor of our trade, right? So up about 30 points. We like some continuation down towards those lows. Preferably, yeah, like 670. But I won't be greedy. I'd like to see this level follow through though here. I think if you are going in with bigger size than me, you can maybe be more aggressive on some profit taking, right? See NVDA also sliding a little bit. This is sometimes where I do like to look at what NVIDIA is doing in relation to the indexes. Anyone else in any trades at the moment? Anyone looking at any trades? I know some of the guys were talking about the CVD on Friday. CVD. The one by TradingView. At the moment, we are trading in the negative on NVIDIA. NASDAQ as well. NASDAQ actually positive CVD delta. Let's just delete that. Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good. As I said, we won't go for too long today. Probably an hour into the open, and then look to wrap up there. Is obviously quite nice when I have André on with me. We'll probably get some guests starting in the new year too. What's up? Good to have you on. Currently short NQ at the minute. And hopefully get some more drop. Nice. Good to have the edgeful users on here for sure. What's your favorite report? Anyone got some favorite reports with edgeful? Anyone that is an edgeful user that loves looking at their reports? Spoke a little bit about the volume in December while I'm sizing down. Prop firms taking some payouts locked in for before the end of the year. So just looking to size down on some personal and some other prop firm accounts heading into the rest of the year to end the year out. Personally, I think you could be looking for some shorts as well on YM, something like this, like that. Stop maybe at opening range high, and you can be targeting opening range low like that too. That's personally what I'll be looking for. You guys know I love using the opening range with VWAP. We've broken down now, pull back, and you can look for continuation to the downside like that. So something like that I would be looking for on YM. But I am in the NASDAQ shorts already. Tesla dropping as well, NVDA too. Yeah, unfortunately, me in South Africa, I can't trade with Apex. So I'll trade my own cash accounts and with FTMO. A few other CFD prop firms as well, like top one, too. But yeah, opening range gap is what I use mainly. I have suggested a few reports, just waiting for them to be implemented. Yeah, if you've got any ideas on reports or anything like that, come over to the right-hand side here on edgeful, and you can click over here, okay, on the right-hand side, and you can say, build a custom trading view indicator, build a custom report, and they will sort that out for you. So I got that YM idea that I spoke about as well for you guys, something like that, of the retest. So why I like it, we can speak about it and how I use the orb and VWAP. We flush down below daily VWAP, we pull back above it, and we respect off of it. You can look for an entry here on that 5-minute close, targeting opening range low like that, right, with a stop at the high. That's personally where I'd have it. Like that. So that's the idea on YM, but we're in NQ. Again, this market just hasn't been seeing any breakout trades working, so I'm wary of that for sure. Yeah, slow today. Yeah, and has been like the last week. And that's, again, if you just go to our volume, again, it has been that way. It has been that way, right? It has been that way in December, So, yeah. See if you can actually customize. Yeah, standard. Okay, so we'd like to see and what the cool thing is, you can always quickly explain in a video on all of this stuff, which is pretty cool. So if you're not understanding of what it is, there's always that that I explain a video too. If we get back above VWAP, I might look to cut this trade. But I do want to just give it its time. We have been seeing very slow market action the last week, as mentioned. Still holding underneath the VWAP and opening range low now at the minute. With Tesla and NVDA, coming down. Tesla's down 2%, and NVIDIA up at the highs now, looking to come down as well. So still a good 5-minute close there, I think. So holding underneath opening range low for our trade. What's odd on the NQRB for today? What's on or odd? The RB is still set in 20 minutes time. The RB is still to set in 20 minutes. So RB is first hour of trading. Yeah, I think we're looking good here on price action, personally. ES also coming down too. So ES new low of day, actually. ES taking out the opening range low as well. I think this 700 level could be in play for our trade for sure. So we've 25, 700. Yeah, I think so. I agree. 25.7 seems like a target indeed. Yeah. So I would like that is back down at that level we were expecting on Friday of the opening range. It's like to get some momentum. So let's see what Tesla's doing. Tesla now looking to break out lower. We still have 50 minutes till the RB set in 2, guys. So bear that in mind. Again, we are streaming Mondays and Fridays over here on the edgeful channels as well as mine. I'm streaming to my YouTube and Twitter at the same time. And then I have my private trading room Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays that I'm in over there, right? So make sure to check that link out in my bio. Yeah, so Tesla taking the lows now too. Yeah, ES almost done that the previous session as agreed. As I said, I think first target would be that 25.7 level. Yeah, that's a nice 5-minute close for us. There you go. So we're still holding up here quite nicely on NASDAQ. We're up over 50 points. Yeah, if we don't get this flush down to 25.7, I might just I might cut some, trim some. 14, 13 minutes now till the RB sets in. YM, what's YM doing? Yeah, YM. So that idea on YM would have almost played out to the tick. We 826 is the lows. We got to 852. So yeah, definitely slower markets right now. Definitely slower markets. Maybe I'm looking for a little bit too much. We haven't been getting any follow through, but let's see. I'm gonna trim some here. I'm gonna trim half of my position here. We'll see what we do get. I'm in the green to start the week. Yeah, it's slow markets. I'll take a green, see if we can hold a runner. Yeah, nice. I don't think you need to. It's been slow. It's not like we're getting a shove down. So I'll take a green to start the week out. And again, like I said, I've got a video coming out on my YouTube channel just about this volume in December that, you don't want to get caught up trying to expect massive moves when they haven't been happening. We've got to play what's in front of us. If I get a nice runner now, that's brilliant. But I've locked up some green to start the week. Right? Yeah, good stuff, Grim. Now we're getting a little bit of a follow through, so we'll take off on the other 50% of the position. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. So we'll go for another 10 minutes here, see how everyone's going. Put in the chat if you're green or red on the day. It'll be interesting to see. And then we'll close up here, and then we'll see you guys on my live trading room rest of the week, and then Friday here back with André. Red, yeah. Dom, did you take those longs and then on NQ, I'm assuming? I hope that my explanation of why I like the shorts, just using the VWAP and the break of the level with the orb, makes sense. Let me know if you need me to run through it again. Yeah, tough one. I could definitely, off that level, I could see it. Bit of a tough one. Nice. Orb, Algo, and NQ and gold winning. Nice. That's solid. See if you can get some extension to that 25.7 level here. Yeah, you got to trade what's in front of you, right? You're not going to win every single trade, unfortunately. So that's why you got. Audio still, yeah. Just had to go get something behind me. Can you guys hear me now? Check. Yeah, green. Okay. Yeah, Mark. I hope that makes sense with how I'm trading the VWAP and the orb. Right. First 30 minutes is red. I'm looking for continuation and direction. Just something that can help you as well, Mark. I know you're trading your SMT, but that opening, a lot of the data with, like, let's just go to NQ. Okay. That first, let's just wait for it to come up. NQ, if that first, let's go to the New York session. Let's customize it. Let's go first hour. That first hour, this is year to date on NASDAQ. If that first hour is bullish, 80% of the time we'll close as a bullish closing day and vice versa for the shorts. If that first hour is bearish, 72% of the time we will close as a bearish closing day. Okay, then we're getting some more extension here. The downside, there was a bearish SMT, but I didn't get in from yours too early into New York. Yep. Okay, so we reached that 25.7. I'm going to take off another 20%. So that 25.7 level. So nice little trade. There we go. Yep. Nice. So up over 88 points, 90 points at the moment on those shorts in NASDAQ. We'll look to cut the stream here in the next couple of minutes. But I think nice, as you can see, me using the data to trade only the orb and VWAP. Yep, only the orb and VWAP and using levels. But I think you've seen me now, trading live with you guys, taking, real trades using the edgeful data in real time. So we're getting some more extension here. But just taking one day at a time. You don't need to be on it and perfect every single day, but definitely learning from the wins and the and the losses, right? You're not going to, as I said, you're not going to be perfect every single day, and you got to learn from that. And that's why I took profits more aggressively, but now letting the winners trail. I think this is a fantastic trade. James, which futures prop firm do you use since South Africa is restricted on Apex? Yeah, I use, so there's a bunch of prop firms that I use. Mainly right now, I'm still focused on my personal account as well as a few prop firms, but all of them are in the link in my bio over here. You can check out edgeful as well. And then a bunch of prop firms that I do like to use. Traderfire, FTMO, Top One Futures, so Maven. So go check them out. Go check them out. The link is in my bio over here. I can put it in the chat too. Go check edgeful out there as well. Right. Perfect. RB now setting in 3 minutes. I'm probably going to get full out of this trade in the next bit. But yeah, I think nice short trades, guys. Good stuff. Anyone put some W's in the chat if you guys caught those shorts with me. I think it's a nice little trade to start the week. Yeah. Okay. So we've got some guys green. The RB's about to set in the next 2 minutes, but we can call it here. We've had you guys have seen me take this nice short trade on NASDAQ. Good start to the week. If you are green right now, wrap it up. You don't need to be forcing anything, as I've just mentioned with the volume. But yeah, you don't need to be pushing. Have a nice solid start to the Monday. The RB is about to set, but I'm probably going to be off from there. Hope that you guys have a good rest of the day. We'll see you guys on Friday, and then I'll be in my live trading room as well the rest of the week. Appreciate you guys joining. Karim, Marcelo, Vegas, thanks for joining. And we'll see you guys on Friday. Yeah, live on edgeful stream, and then my streams throughout the week as well, if you guys join there too. Perfect, guys. Have a good one. Later. Cheers.